Lofi Poli Sci coming at you, Michael Pickering here with a bit of Between the Seasons. Season 7 starts next week, and today is the last episode of Season 6. That's it, we're done, we out! So to give everyone a bit of a breath of fresh air, we're taking a step away from that global news we always do, and doing a little bit of a special episode. Today, we're looking at the mantras of Lofi Poli Sci, the things we live by. And while I do say I am not bound by creed, if I were, these would be them. Let's go. So be it. This is first amongst them all, and something I've lived by for a very, very long time. Life happens. So be it. Next one, it can't rain all the time. Love this one. It's so true. Even though so many days, it really seems like the rain is just never going to end. And trust me, I have those weeks as well. It can't rain all the time. The right answer, waffles. There's an email from a Lo-Fi listener from over a year ago that is still sitting in my email inbox. The subject, the right answer. The message, one word, waffles. And it's a reference to a Lo-Fi question I asked back in Season 4, and that was a Lo-Fi write-in and response, and this was one of the best ones ever because the person just wrote in waffles. And it was a simple question, what's the right answer, pancakes or waffles? And they got it so right. The right answer? Waffles. The time to hesitate is through. This goes back some time for me, to a movie, to a band, to a song, to a way of life. The time to hesitate is through. I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch me as I soar. And this one means so much to me because of the context of the last time the person says this in the movie that it comes from. I won't say more than that, because it's a bit of a spoiler, but I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch me as I soar. Next one, the sky is the sky, and people are people, everywhere you go. I live by this. People try to explain different worlds and different people, and then use it to justify discrimination. Forget that. The sky is the sky, and people are people, everywhere you go. Time for that Lo-Fi Global. This one just kind of came organically, and it really marks, for me, the time when we started picking up speed and adding something different to the podcast, like the introduction of saying something different, just something that was so us. It was a new phase in Lofi Poli Sci. It was the end of Season 3, going into Season 4, and it's distinctly different than the very early Lofi Poli Sci episodes. Time for that Lo-Fi Global. The next one's kind of related, but also different. What's going on in the world today? Now, our famous question. How could this not be a mantra of Lofi Poli Sci? This one phrase is what started it all. And it's what everything we do is based on. What's going on in the world today? Talk to you tomorrow, Lo-Fi listeners. This one marks a distinct move from me and how I address you. Which, if you'd go all the way back to the beginning, which please don't, those episodes are so horrible. I'm really close to actually deleting all of them. Really, gross. But you would notice if you listened throughout the entire progression of now over 600 episodes, I have addressed you in many different ways throughout that time. And Talk to You Tomorrow, Lo-Fi listeners, is the newest incarnation of it, and I think it's the most direct and most comfortable and most familiar that I've been with all of you. Talk to you tomorrow, Lo-Fi listeners. They can't stop the signal. A movie line that I simply love. But I will say this one, like an earlier one, is also kind of connected to tragedy, because the idea that you're saying they can't stop the signal, it means something more than that. But I love this one regardless. They can't stop the signal. Next one. talk hard. This goes back far for me, real far, and I won't say more than that. Talk hard. We steal the waves in the air and we never give them back. Season 4. This marks our move toward being more pirate radio influenced in a podcast, and it was also a distinct shift in style of casting and talking to you from earlier seasons. And this is a completely Lofi Poli Sci original uh, statement or mantra or catchphrase, although I don't like it. I don't like the words catchphrase, but we steal the waves in the air and we never give them back. Always love this one. 100% Lofi Poli Sci. And finally, last, but most certainly not least, always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. And even more recently, this season we added right before it, it's not a cliche or a catchphrase. It's a lifestyle. And I can't express enough to you how many people identify our show with the we that we be, and that these aren't merely words. Like, I get so many write-ins, or people just say it randomly, like, the we that we be, or always remember, and it's not a catchphrase. It really is. It's a lifestyle. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Talk to you Tuesday, Lo-Fi listeners, for the beginning of Season 7. Pickering, signing off.